Hey, what up guys? This is Monkey Figure Reviews, and today we're going to be discussing a pretty old figure. It is the Master Stars piece Sabo by BANPRESTO. So this figure itself, I think, was released in the year 2015, so about 3 years plus back. It's relatively old, and I would think that it is pretty rare to get this figure nowadays. So I'm not too sure the pricing. Really depends on your location, the region that you're in, whether or not it's readily available. Alright, so a little background on this figure. I think this figure was released around a time where Sabo was pretty popular after his appearance in Dressrosa. Yeah, and there's two versions of this figure. Basically, there's one. This is the one that I have with his hat on, and there's another one that doesn't come with a head at all. And I think that figure itself, it is able to hold his weapon, the rod thingy, in his arm. While this one, this Sabo figure can only put it at the back, at his back. Right, so there's two versions, but I think this one was released earlier than the other one. And of course, this figure was kind of part of a release where there's also the Luffy Master Stars piece, the Ace Master Stars piece. So actually, when you look at a box, if you have both of the other figures, both of their boxes, when you piece them together, they're gonna have like a nice picture that kind of connects. Because I think when you look at the box itself, this thing is supposed to be the hut or the place where they grew up, you know, in the Goa Kingdom or something. Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, so yeah, the box itself is a pretty Master Stars piece standard box kind of design, where you see the figure here. Then like I say, the design is a little bit special because of the picture. This is a side view, okay, with another angle of the figure. This is the other side, close up. This is the back view. We actually have a distribution sticker here as a bonus. So and our toy sticker to prove its authenticity. Alright, yeah, I think that's about it for the box. I want to bring in the figure right now, and there we go. Sabo. It's a little bit shaky. I'm just really scared it would drop and damage itself. Okay, I will just quickly mention that this figure itself comes in several pieces. The head comes off, the body disconnects over here between the upper torso and the legs. His weapon comes in two pieces. It connects over here, and all you gotta do is just, after you piece it together, just kind of slide it through this little hole on the back of this jacket, and it will fit nicely. There's a little plug, little hole for the rod to go in. Okay, so this is just have a closer look of Sabo's face, so we can look at details and discuss it. I would say, off the bat, you have to remember that this figure was released a while back, and it's crazy. The evolution of figures have been kind of crazy. Like the details, the quality has just become more insane. But even that, even with that being said, this figure is still pretty amazing. It has aged pretty well. It is, of course, of not tip-top quality. For example, when you look at the hair, etc. The face is slightly a little bit weird, a little bit off. The eyes are kind of not Sabo. You can see the scar on his left eye, it's painted on. But I think it's still pretty well done. And of course, when you look at his hat, you can see the details on the goggles. Alright, the different I think the glasses themselves, I mean the glasses themselves, will be of different material. So you can see it's like reflective. Okay, and this is the back. You can see the pin, and this is the rod itself. Maybe I'll just give you a close-up look. See, there are some details to give it a bit of wear and tear kind of feel to it. You can see. All right. For his shirt himself, I mean his jacket itself, there's not a lot of shading. It's kind of like dark grey. I wouldn't say it's black, but it's kind of like very, very dark gray, and not a lot of shading there, but I can see certain creases. The shading are mostly here in whatever he's wearing below his jacket, the buttons, and his pants. You can see the shading over there. Let me just adjust the camera. I think it's easier this way. Okay. Yeah, I think, yeah, and of course his gloves, both sides. His shoes, his boots, a little bit of shading on it as well. And this is the bottom. Yeah, and yeah, I just want to summarize in a sense that it's definitely not like super detailed compared to some of the figures nowadays that we get, but it is pretty great. This a pretty good Sabo figure from 3 years back, and I think it fits well with a lot of other figures that we have nowadays. That's why I still kind of keep it. It fits well with the King of Artists series, the Best Edition series, Flag Diamond Chip, etc. Glitter and Glamours. Okay, so now we're gonna take a look at the height of this figure. Let's go. Okay, so the height of this figure is around 28 cm, 11 inches, so pretty tall. Okay, and I do not have the Sabo POP, but I'm just gonna bring in like a standard height POP for you guys to have a look. So I have chosen Sanji, sailing against Sanji over here, just to let you guys have a little comparison of how it looks next to the POP. Alright, now that it served its purpose, I'll take it off. Okay, and like I have mentioned previously, almost on all my videos, the Master Stars piece is in the similar scale with King of Artists, Flag Diamond Chip, the Glitter and Glamours, and of course now we have the Ichiban Koji Best Edition series as well. They are all along the same scale. That's why I'm going to bring in the Best Edition Luffy for you guys to have a look of how they kind of line up next to each other, and I think it looks great. It looks perfectly in sync within the same scale. This is actually like my first time right now in this video. This is my first time putting both of these guys together, and I gotta say it's kind of impressive. So to add on to that, because I also own the Master Stars piece Ace, I'm gonna bring him here. I'm gonna do a review of this guy too, because I don't think I've done it yet. And voila, the three brothers. We have it, the three brothers. I do not have the Master Stars piece Luffy, so hence I brought in this guy. And I think since we're here, since we have them lined up, I think it's pretty obvious to you that in terms of color, they are so different, because when you look at the Ichiban Kuji Best Edition Luffy, he's so bright. His color is like in your face, so contrasting, even between the skin tone and his clothes. You know, it's just totally different compared to Sabo and Ace. They are more toned down. The colors are a little bit, you know, like toned down and more kind of monotonous. You can really see color differences. Alright, and I think it is kind of a recurring theme along the Master Stars piece series, that their colors are always not that bright. Even in the Ichiban Kuji Master Stars piece series, where we have the Doflamingo, Mihawk, yeah, it's all rather toned down. So yeah, I think this is one way you could display it if you have it. But of course, if not, you can always have the Master Stars piece Luffy if you have that as well. Yeah, but this is one good way to display this Sabo. Okay, let me just move these two guys away. And I previously forgot to mention is that this figure itself actually has a supporting stand that comes along. I think it goes onto his right foot, but as you can see, this guy is perfectly fine without it, unless you're worried about long-term leaning, etc. Blah blah. Then you might want to put this on. But if you're like me, who kind of find this kind of things disgusting and distracting, you could just leave it on, like how I'm doing. Alright, so all in all, in summary, I think this is a great figure of Sabo. We don't have a lot of choices of of Sabo in the bigger scale figures. It's only this guy and the other version of him without the hats, if I'm not wrong. There's slightly a smaller one in the Figure Colosseum series, where he's also standing up, but that figure is kind of more in scale with the POPs. Alright, so we really don't have a lot of choices. If you're a Sabo fan or you're looking to have like, you know, kind of like the three brothers kind of display formation, then I think this one with the head on is the one to go, because it looks really cool. It looks really cool. Alright, so that's all I have. Thank you guys for listening. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications button if you have not done so. Any comments you have, post them below or hit me up on my Instagram. So thank you guys and see you on the next video. Stay tuned. Goodbye.